Experts by experience. Real conversations, real people, real stories. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of the Experts by Experience podcast. You're here with Mariam. Now, today's guest is someone who chose to build. Reintegration is often talked about in theory, but today's guest has been building practical solutions from the ground up for over a decade. So can we please welcome Titi Solarin, founder of the Tailored Futures Community Interest Company, an award-winning social enterprise transforming the lives of people in the criminal justice system. Welcome, Titi.
Hey.
Hi, thank you so much for being here with us today. I'm really grateful that you've come on the show.
Thanks for having me.
No problem. Thank you, Titi. So before we dive into the work, can you tell us a bit about your journey and what led you to founding Tailored Futures?
Tailored Futures actually started in 2004. It started in 2014, but the intention of it was to provide a solution for young people. So I started my career as a youth development worker, and I went through the whole uni because it's all I wanted to do. So I initially didn't want to go to uni, but I'm African, so my mum was like...
of course.
So
by force.
My mum was like, so what uni are you going? I was like, oh, no, I'm just going to get a job in a youth club. And my mum was like... I beg your pardon. So you've got two choices. You go to university or you pack your load and get out of their house. I was like, okay, so I'll go to uni. But my desire is always to work with young people, and that's all I wanted to do. And I thought that by going to uni was going to lead me into getting this fantastic job. I was going to be, it's going to be great.
Yeah.
All my dreams are going to come true. Went to uni, did my BA, came out, didn't get a job. Went back to do a master's in youth justice and criminology. After a year of doing that, I finally got a job. But then it was quite disappointing when I did get to the stage of the job because it wasn't how I imagined it to be. Mm-hmm. I thought that, having this job as a youth development worker meant that I was going to be working with young people day in, day out. I was going to be, most of my job was going to be in the youth clubs and whatnot. But it turns out that that's not the reality. So I was working, I think, 37 hours, and I was only doing face-to-face intervention for about 7 hours at a time, and majority of the rest of that time was to do the paperwork for the short hours. And to me, that was not only boring, it was not what I wanted to do.
Right.
It literally was not how I pictured it. And what was even more concerning to me was that the young people wanted more interaction.
Yeah, that practical side of things.
Practical, exactly. But then because of all the red tape, we couldn't do that. So in the end, I just thought, this is long. I'm going to go and do my own thing.
Yeah,
I'm going to start my own thing. Yeah. And then, but I didn't imagine it to have been going on for this long because I just thought, okay, I'm gonna do this thing. And fortunately for me, I was able to work on a project with Prospect at the time, and I think it was called F or something like that, where we were working with young people in care. So because at that time, when young people left care, what would happen is that they would be given this, I think it was 2,800 at a time, to go and do whatever for their new apartment.
That's £2,800.
Pounds, right. Yeah. So they would be given this, which was a lot of money for a young person if you're like 16, 17, 18. But then what was happening is a lot of those young people were using their money to buy things like TV.
Right. Because what do you do with that money? That's a large amount of money.
It's a lot of money.
And was there any framework teaching them how to spend it?
There wasn't.
Yeah.
And that's where... That was the first thing that I thought, okay, this is what I'm going to do.
Yeah.
So created the framework that, okay, so when the young people, when they got this money, we would start budgeting.
Right.
So we would talk about things that the essentials. So the needs, your needs are your essentials and your wants are your desires. So
Right.
what you need is carpet. What you need is a bed and a bed frame. What you need is a fridge freezer. And what you desire is a PlayStation.
Right.
So it's not important.
Create
but if
that separation.
So we just need to separate. So if you have money left over from after you've obtained your needs, then you may get your desires. So so that's that's how Tailored Futures really began. But then over the time, while I was doing that, somebody from probation came across what I was doing and said, oh, we could really do something like this in the approved premises. With the guys that we work with.
Okay, so that's where the criminal justice
Yeah, so that's where the
aspect came
criminal
in.
justice aspect came in, because I've always, in all forms, it was young people I wanted to work with, but whether they had been involved in criminal justice or not. So this kind of gave me the two pathways where I could work with young people, but I could also work with the young people who have been in the criminal justice, which then meant that my master's wasn't a waste, because I'm doing youth justice and I'm doing criminology.
So it worked out.
My mum was a bit right.
But so all paths kind of led down to supporting people in a more practical way.
Exactly.
That's amazing. Thank you so much. So with Tailored Futures, what's the age range that you work with currently?
At the moment, we work with anybody from the age of 18 to 1,000.
Oh, wow.
So,
that's really old.
So we work with all ages from 18, but recently we are in talks with other organisations to provide support for young people from the ages of 18, from the ages of 16, so where they can actually work and start getting into working age. So we're hoping that very soon that would be more of a focus for us.
That's amazing. Thank you so much, Titi. So from your experience working directly with people within the criminal justice system, what did you think, or what did you observe were the biggest barriers for them to successfully reintegrate into the community? And what are the things that you noticed often went unseen or were misunderstood in the people that you were working with?
I think from my experience, I always think is the listening. Active listening, because I think as professionals sometimes, because you've worked with one person that has got a similar conviction or has been to prison and for a similar thing, I think often we can try to pigeonhole people and think, oh, because it works for A, it would work for B,
and that's not the case.
It's not the case at all, because everybody, even though you have the same conviction, you've been sentenced even to the same prison, your experience is different, and the experiences that led you into that situation is different. So the support you need is going to be different. So I think that is one of the things it is listening to the individual and getting to understand the person. I think without that's a big barrier already, because somebody wants to be, I don't know, say they want to be a barber, but because we got somebody a job. Yeah, exactly. Security. It's like, we've got this course and we've got security, so you just go and do that as well. So that's one of the things that I often see that it is a big barrier, is a lack of truly understanding the person and their situation, their circumstances, or even where they want to go. I think that is a barrier to successful reintegration. I also feel like the lack of opportunities is a big thing with reintegration, because there are so many opportunities out there, but this client group, the people within the criminal justice, the stigma doesn't allow them to tap into it. So I think that is also a barrier that kind of we need to remove from, I think that is a barrier. And in terms of practical things, like simple things like ID. Like, it is wild to me.
Yeah, the tangible things that they don't have. Especially if someone's been away for a long time. Bank account, address, ID, all these documents, and the world is moving forward, isn't it? With all the technology, etc. Yeah.
I think that is a thing, because we often get people that they don't have their birth certificate, they don't have no passport. Some people have never had a passport, and that would never stop amazing me how people could be in their 50s or 60s.
It's privilege, isn't it? Because it's like, for us, having a passport is such a standard and a normal thing, right? So
I think it is normal. So even if you're not traveling and your passport's expired, you renew the passport, even though you don't have no intention to travel. It's
your
just
identification.
It's normal. So when I see people say they don't have passport, but then that leads to other things. Without your passport, you can't really open your bank account. You can't get the benefits you need. You can't then get the housing support. You can't. So the smaller things as well, if we can create a system where those basic things are provided even before release, then that you've already won part of the battle. Yeah. Because people are then able...
so many other things.
So many other things would be removed. So many barriers would be removed just by ensuring that people have simple things like an ID, So, that's...
Thank you. Do you know what? In what you've just mentioned, just to go back a little bit, when you were mentioning like active listening and providing that really tailored support. So is that where Tailored Futures comes from?
Yes.
Because it's about that holisticness of the assessment and what kind of service you guys are providing, right?
Literally, that's it, because no one cap fits all. So everybody that comes to to our surgery is a new person. So we don't, whoever's left, they've left that room, and we treat that person, the person that just come in, we listen. What is it that you want to do? And that's another thing I think is actually missing, because 9 out of 10 times people already know what they want. Yeah. They already know what they need, but it's just the support to get there that is missing. So we just provide that. So we run these surgeries in approved premises, and people just come in, and we have the most random things. I've had somebody come in about changing light bulbs. I've had someone... It just is really, really... It's just really, really strange. Yeah. So we have applications. I don't know if you guys do the PIP applications.
Yeah, and so we have a branch of one of our services called Finance, Benefit and Debt. And they support with PIP applications as well, and financial things and IDs, etc.
Yeah, so you know how horrible those...
They're very long. Even from personal experience, it's kind of like, is it that difficult on purpose?
Exactly. Because it's like, so why can't you move your neck? How often do you move your neck?
How does it impact your relationship?
Yes, it's just random questions. Like, my neck is broken. I can't move it. Like, I don't know how else I need to explain to you that my neck is broken. But so we would have people who will come in and they would need support with that form, because sometimes the wording of the form is also quite difficult.
Yeah, not accessible.
Yeah, so we will do things like that. Or somebody could come in and say, you know what, I have a job, I just need support with getting my PPE, and we will provide that. So everybody that comes in is a whole new person, and they are treated, the support that is given to them is tailored to them. So
#Tailored Futures.
#.
Do you know what? I feel like you even answered my next question, because I know you guys have built such a strong representation working with local authorities, Ministry of Justice. So if you could really summarize what makes Tailored Futures different, what's different about you guys' approach to reintegration as opposed to maybe other services?
I think what really makes us different is, like what I said before, is we listen. Yeah. And we try to build relationships with the people that we support. So our service is not just a case of, okay, you come to us today, and from today you have to engage with us for the 12 weeks. And then after 12 weeks,
goodbye.
We don't do that. So we have people that we supported in 2017 that will still come back and ask the most... Sometimes they don't even say hello, and you know who you are. So they will just be like, remember that time when you got my my birth certificate? Do you remember what hospital I was born in? What?
Why do you guys have to remember?
Listen, I can't even remember what I had for dinner. So it's
but that shows that they do really rely on you, and they enjoyed that support if they feel safe enough to return and ask those type of questions.
Exactly. So they will ask random questions, and I think what really makes us different is the fact that how we don't have a cutoff, and we really understand the people that we work with. So with the guys and that we support, they become a part of our work family.
Yeah.
So no matter what it is, they could always come back to us. And also, the service is different in the sense that we don't sell anything. So we're not pushing no mentorship. We're not selling CSCS programs. We're not doing any. We're not promoting any one provision.
Right.
So somebody could come into us today and say, "Oh, can you please help me get on a railway, a track engineering course?" And that's what we will do. And another person could say, "Look, I'm really looking for, I want to pursue university. Can you help us? Can you help me with the application?" And that's what we will do. So I think
It's bespoke.
It's very bespoke to the person. And some people could just say, "Can you help me write a letter?"
Wow.
Yeah, I want to write an apology letter to my family, and and we get that a lot. So. And that's what we will do. So I think that's what really makes us different. And the fact that once a referral is made, it's never really closed. And the service user is in control of the engagement. So we will not...
It's not like enforceable.
Yeah, it's not enforceable. So engagement with us is voluntary. So we have no power to recall. We have no power to... We can't even force you to attend any of the services that we refer you onto. But we help you see the value in those courses and how those courses would long-term be beneficial to you. So I think that's what makes us kind of stand out, I guess.
That's great. Do you know what? And I guess as well, even in line with, desistance, it makes them feel less as maybe a problem to be managed, but somebody to feel supported. Yes. So I want to move on to the big story, okay? The big selling point, even though you say you're not selling anything, right? You guys are now launching an app.
Yes.
Technology-based, ReIntegrateME. So tell me about ReIntegrateME, who it's for, what inspired you to create it? Like, where did this idea come from?
So ReIntegrateME is our new digital platform that... The hopes of it is to connect inclusive employers directly with people who've lived the experience of the criminal justice system in terms of employment. So ReIntegrateME, the whole concept came from COVID, and the idea actually came from one of our service users.
Wow.
Because...
You better pay him.
Let me get paid first. So the idea behind having the app actually came from a service user because during lockdown, it was difficult for the guys that we support, because you'd think that how hard could it really be to just pick up your phone and have your regular session. But a lot of people just didn't want to engage, even though they were isolated. They was just, I think everybody was kind of over it at some point. And then so I was calling him and I was like, "Oh, okay, we have an appointment, blah, 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 blah." And he said, "Do you know what? I really can't be asked. I don't want to do it."
Yeah.
And it's like, I just wish you just had an app that I could just log in.
Okay, so, that makes sense.
Yeah, so he's like, "Oh, I just really, okay, just have an app. I could just log in and just chat whenever I was ready." And I was like, "No, we don't. Listen, we're a micro organization. We ain't got that. We ain't got app budgets.
We don't have the capacity."
Yeah, exactly. Even if we had capacity, we ain't got the budget.
Yeah.
So I kind of took that. It got me thinking. I was like, what would that look like?
Yeah.
But he just said something that he probably didn't even realize that he had sown a seed. And this is again because I listen quite deeply to the feedbacks and conversations that we have. So I kind of started. I put it out to the team and said, why about if we have an app?
Yeah.
What would it serve? What would be the purpose of it? And essentially, that's how ReIntegrateME was born. So we decided to go with employment because, as you know, there's even currently, there's about 700,000 on-field vacancies in the UK right now. And some of those vacancies have been left on-field for months.
Yeah.
So, but at the same time, we also have people coming out of prison.
Yeah.
50,000+ every single year, and qualified, professionals coming out of prison as well. So we decided to build ReIntegrateME. To add that I didn't realise how expensive
it is to build an app.
Do you know what I did? Because I'm not a techie person, so I don't for that very reason. Again, I don't have social media because it's just too much. Like things like Facebook and notifications and all. Yeah, I'm not about that life. It's just too much. It's too much for me. So we thought, okay, we've got this concept. The app is going to bring employers and service users on one platform. So. And then we started to joke around, what if it's like, LinkedIn and Tinder, and then you have the functionalities of employers will come on, and then the profiles of the service users will be there, and then the employers, like the employer will say, I'm looking for someone that's got CSCS, and then when a person that's got CSCS is on a platform, the employer will be notified, and they could swipe one way and swipe. I've always known Tinder to have this swipe functionality, although I've never been on Tinder.
I can't relate. I've never been on Tinder, just for the record, guys.
Not on Tinder, just in case my husband listens to this.
Oh,
but I did have to download the app, and then I was like,
just for examples.
Listen, that thing is crazy. Yeah. I was on there, it's like, you can match with this person. What? I've been on the app for like 10 minutes.
Oh my gosh.
So then I had to screen record the functionalities of the swipe, gave it to the developers. We initially went with we got the prototype made, and so once we got the prototypes made, they said, to build the full version, it's gonna cost a couple grand.
Oh gosh, can we beat that?
I ain't got a couple grand.
Wow,
yeah,
that is a lot.
Yeah, it was going to be a lot of money, and I was like, what? Like, can we not do this ourselves? Like, what? How hard can it be to get something on a phone? Like, so we kind of just parked the idea because it was it was too expensive for us. We just couldn't do it, and then fortunately for us, the Mayor of London No Wrong Door innovation.
I saw you guys won that in 2024.
2024. So
give us some context. Yeah.
So that came about, and again, this is another is so strange, and sometimes I always feel like there's a bigger power that's just engineering. God is just in control of, for me anyway. So I applied for this thing, and I'd forgotten that I'd applied for this No Wrong Door Mayor of London thing. So somebody then, after a few months, somebody then started sending me an email that, you've been shortlisted. And I was like, for what? I just kind of, I just did not even respond to the email because I can't remember applying for this. And then I think the woman then got annoyed and called me and said, are you coming tomorrow? I'm like, to where? And she's like, you've been shortlisted for this.
Oh my goodness. So, see, you don't ignore emails. It's not good.
No, it's not like do you know what? It wasn't, I think the email came at a time where there was so much things happening already.
Yeah.
And then because I'd gone through my emails, I've searched the name and there was nothing coming up for the name.
Right.
So I thought, it was a scam.
Oh.
So
see, guys, we need to believe in ourselves and always check our emails.
Yeah.
So what was the consequence of winning that? You won?
So we won the money.
Yeah.
We won the money to be able to develop the app. We won. I still can't even put it into words because it changed everything for us.
I can imagine.
We'd been doing this for so long, almost like silently. And then in 2024, everything just is almost like somebody kicked the door and all the opportunities started to come. And
such a huge blessing, isn't it?
It is. I'm here today because, of that win. Exactly. So
it's a ripple effect, isn't it?
Yeah, it's literally a ripple effect of us winning the No Wrong Door. So that's what we're hoping for, ReIntegrateME.
That's amazing. Thank you so much. It sounds like such a wonderful idea, and rightly so, so innovative and so timely for the generation that we're in at the moment as well, and the access to technology and how we can use technology to further our ideas and things. So I want to ask you, before we get on to the final question, so for someone leaving prison today who's maybe been referred, what would ReIntegrateME change in maybe their first 30 days? What would it look like for them?
So right now, the ReIntegrateME is going to come in phases. So right now we're in the employment phase.
Okay.
And for the service user, what ReIntegrateME is designed to do is to remove stigma. Mm-hmm. So when people are applying for jobs, sometimes if you don't get the job, you will be wondering, could it be because of this? Could it be because of that? You know, but all the employers that's going to be on the platform are fully aware that people on this platform have convictions.
So it's stigma-free.
It's stigma-free.
Yeah.
So if an employer is on there advertising jobs on there, then you know that they are. If you don't get that job, it's not because of your conviction.
Yeah.
The employer is aware that everyone's got a conviction.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's what that is the biggest thing that I would hope that it will remove, because once we could remove the stigma from people into work, we will get more people into work. We would get, the jobs are there.
Yeah.
And the people are also there. So I'm hoping that, ReIntegrateME is going to bring the two worlds together.
Marry them up together.
Exactly.
That's amazing. So for anyone listening right now that believes in second chances but doesn't know where to start, what would you say to them?
In terms of ReIntegrateME?
In terms of everything. In terms of your background, ReIntegrateME, what would you say to them?
For an employer or for people?
For people in general.
I think we are all one mistake away from being... we are literally all one mistake away from being in the position of receiving a conviction. It can be from even minor things like TV licensing and council tax.
Yeah.
We are all one thing away. And my thing is, when you are your lowest points, how do you want to be treated? What does support look like for you? What would favour look like for you? Because I feel like a lot of people have these ideas about everybody in the criminal justice system. They deserve that. That's not even, they deserve the outcome that they're receiving. You can feel what you want, but nobody's above a mistake.
Yeah.
And second chance it should, I think we all deserving of it.
Yeah.
We are all deserving of it, and sometimes that second chance may need to be given again and again and again. But eventually, with the right support, the people will actually get there. They will get there, and I have faith, because I've seen some of the hardened men that I've worked with turn their life around in the most remarkable ways. I've seen people who didn't even, they were so anti-work to now be married, having family, buying their first properties, like actually just living their best life. And that is through having the right support, because with the right support, anything is possible.
Yeah.
So I firmly believe that, and this is why I continue to do this. All of us are just, one little mistake away from...
Exactly that. And it's about grace and
removing
that stigma, as you said, which is exactly what ReIntegrateME does.
Yes.
And Tailored Futures does.
Yes.
So in terms of ReIntegrateME and where you can find it, where listeners can download, can you give us a bit more context on that?
So ReIntegrateME is available on iOS and Android. Mm-hmm. You can download it right now. However, there's going to be a updated version coming in the next few weeks. So that'll be the full version.
Nice.
So yeah.
Thank you so much.
Everybody,
please go and download ReIntegrateME.
Please.
Whether it's for, do you know, in the future, do you think it would be open to like the wider community where anyone can access it, or is it just strictly for?
No, because I feel like there's millions of platforms already for the wider community.
So this is, like you said, bespoke. This is for our underrepresented people within the criminal justice. So I definitely would not want to have it for the wider community. I hate you, and rightly so. Do you know what I mean?
I think it will take away from what the purpose of it anyway. It's from, if everybody's on there, then employers might as well.
Yeah. I hear you. We've got Indeed already. Don't
worry. There's Indeed, there's LinkedIn, there's so many others.
Yes. Thank you. Okay, Titi, we've come to the end of the episode. Thank you so much for the work you're doing.
Go.
No, it's it. But you shared so much. Thank you for speaking so openly and providing us with insight. And I think with what you're doing with Tailored Futures and ReIntegrateME, these are powerful reminders that integration isn't about just the systems. It's about giving people dignity. It's removing that stigma.
Literally.
It's providing people with opportunity and easier access, actually, may I add. You know, like you said previously, there were some systems, some traditional models in place that didn't really promote that access. But I think what you're doing now, making it easier for people to download on their phones and do all these things and just providing that continuous support is amazing.
Yay.
So thank you so much for
for having
us, for being here.
Thank you for having me. Thank you very much
with us. Do you have any final words on how we can find you or how people can get involved with Tailored Futures and ReIntegrateME?
So you can, we are on LinkedIn, Instagram, Facebook, all the social media platforms. We're on there, but you probably won't get through to me, but I'm sure somebody will respond if you have any queries.
I'm sure. Okay, I think that is everything for today. Thank you so much, everybody, for listening to this episode. And like Titi said, if you want to get involved in Tailored Futures or even ReIntegrateME, if we have any budding web designers or developers,
yes, please come through, because we need all the support we can.
Exactly that. So that is everything for today. Thank you for listening, guys, and have a wonderful weekend or whatever time you're listening. Goodbye.
Bye.
Experts by Experience is brought to you by Catch22. For more episodes, visit www.catch-22.org.uk.